You're listening to the Unbelievers Podcast.
There were several groups. One of the principal ones was the reptilians from the Orion complex.
Without any exaggeration, it was like being on fire inside.
The rats were eating them inside.
This stuff was in my mouth. It felt like it was 500 degrees. It was unbelievably hot.
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan? I don't understand.
There's always an argument for everything, you know, just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's full.
And we found a life form. And that's when I started shitting my pants.
So for the person who called, I am carrying an alien.
An alien baby. We cover it right here, okay?
Okay.
Something is happening. What is it? That's the question. So do UFOs exist? It depends on what you mean exist.
Valentine's Day, a day originally set aside to honor the memory of the Italian bishop Valentine, known in the 3rd century AD for performing weddings for couples who weren't allowed to be married. During his ceremonies, Valentine would give couples flowers from his garden. These weddings did not please the emperor, and on February 14, 269 AD, Valentine was beheaded. The tradition of celebrating February 14th as a day for lovers gained popularity in the 19th century and continues to this day. But one man took this idea to the extreme by not only building the world's largest Valentine, but erecting an entire castle around it in the hopes that this impressive show of affection would win back his long-lost love. Today, we're talking Coral Castle on the program where you continue to learn to unlearn everything you know. Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers Podcast. I'm your host, Russ Ryan, and I am joined tonight by my co-host in California, Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
Hello, Russ.
And, of course, our soundboard engineer on Long Island, Rob Oakey.
I'm a wet huckleberry. Hell yeah!
What's happening?
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, here we are on the coming hot off the heels of probably our most disturbing episode, Elsa Gate, and now it is Valentine's. It's our Valentine special, and I am ready to just wash myself of all that mess, just that icky disgustingness we got into, and do something sweet.
What a better way to get ready for Valentine's Day than some Elsa Gate, you know? Like, to just get yourself prepped.
We are putting that behind us.
We're not going to be able to stop thinking about it on our romantic dates. So we need something to distract us now. We need a whole new topic to, get that shit out.
And this, I've had doing this in mind for a long time. Today we're going to talk about Coral Castle and just this is a love story. We are going all in on the love for Valentine's Day, and we're going to tell you a lovely story that is a little bit unbelievable as well. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get too like Disney princessy with the castle and the Valentines and the
you're going back
Coral.
to stop with the princess. We're not stop reminding me.
I told you I can't get it out of my head. It's okay.
Well,
it's up to you to take this in.
I will. I am. And by the end of this, you won't know anything about that anymore. You're going to unlearn that you unlearned any of that.
Oh, thank God.
Let's get into the episode today. Valentine's special, Coral Castle. Edward Leedskalnin was born in Riga, Latvia on August 10th, 1887. When Ed was 26 years old, he became engaged to marry his one true love, Agnes Scuffs. Agnes was 10 years younger than Ed, and he affectionately referred to her as his Sweet 16. Agnes canceled the wedding just one day before the ceremony. Heartbroken and deeply saddened by this tragic loss, Ed set out on a lifelong quest to create a monument to his lost love that has become one of the world's most remarkable accomplishments. Originally called Rockgate Park, but now known as the Coral Castle. With no outside assistance or large machinery, Ed single-handedly built the Coral Castle, carving and sculpting over 1,100 tons of coral rock as a testimony to his lost love, Agnes. So that is the introduction of the story of Edward Leedskalnin, the creator of the Coral Castle. Pretty sad, right?
It's sad, all right.
He made it for his lost love?
So this man
It's not like she died. This is just pathetic.
She didn't die. He was a 26-year-old man, and he was engaged to marry a woman named Agnes Scuffs.
A 16-year-old girl.
Yes, she was 10 years younger than him, and he affectionately referred to her as his Sweet 16. And he, little brief history, he moved to the United States. First he moved to Canada, and he kind of moved around the country, and he was looking for something. He was looking for a certain place so he could build something he had in his mind. He grew up as a sickly child. He didn't get out very much. And we are going to talk about his story today. Now, while there are many, many documentaries about Coral Castle, for today, I chose the one that I felt had the best narration by far. Okay, today we will be hearing from none other than Mr. Spock himself, Leonard Nimoy.
No way.
Yes, from his show In Search Of. Now, this show was the original paranormal and mystery show. It aired from 1977 to 1982. It was revived in 2002. And then it was revived again in 2018 with Zachary Quinto, and currently on the History Channel.
Modern day
How
Spock.
funny. Yeah, that's really they did that on purpose, obviously, right?
They were being cheeky.
I was going to ask if you guys had any idea why they would choose Zachary Quinto, but you guys are all over.
Yes.
I wonder if that's in like the contract, like with Paramount or whoever, where they're like, well, you're the new Spock, huh? Well, you have to sign here. Oh, you also have to do 26 episodes of Search Of, and we're gonna put it on History Channel.
Like you have to do everything that he did, like everything.
Yeah, hopefully
it's cool. That's cool.
He puts out that like Bilbo Baggins song too with Zachary Quinto. I love Zachary Quinto though. I was a big Heroes fan.
Oh man, cool Heroes, dude. Siler, he was great, man.
He was great. He was great on that, and
he was also in what, American Horror Story? One of those.
Yeah, that first. Yeah. He's good in the third one too, or in Asylum, but that first one he was great. So now let's begin the mystery of Coral Castle with Leonard Nimoy.
In Search Of has investigated the mystery of many ancient monuments, the pyramids, Stonehenge, and Easter Island. A solution to these puzzles may be concealed in Florida's Coral Castle. This monumental structure was created by one man with his bare hands in the 20th century. What strange forces created this castle of secrets?
He's great, right?
Oh, yeah. It sounds
the
like
best.
I mean,
Disney out. I'm sorry to go back to Disney again.
Such a reassuring voice, and just it instantly when you hear it. And the cool thing is, if you can go watch this on YouTube, Leonard Nimoy's got a killer 70s mustache, which you don't see him with a lot. It's great. He looks awesome in it.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
So that's just a little bit of intro, but now let's play the next one. Let's really get into it now, okay?
Okay.
Coral Castle has been called the eighth wonder of the world.
No.
This place is a fantasy garden and an engineering marvel. The blocks are cut and set with great precision, locked without mortar. At 30 tons, the greatest single stone in Coral Castle is twice as massive as any in the pyramids. Here are massive megaliths, huge astrological symbols, and and structures whose purpose is a total mystery. Surprisingly, 25 miles away is cosmopolitan Miami. Coral Castle was built not in ancient times, but in the 20th century. Most curious of all, Coral Castle was built in secret by one man, Edward Leedskalnin, a frail little hermit. With no modern machinery and with no help, he somehow hand-carved and lifted every single block, a total of 3 million pounds.
Wow. Another eighth wonder.
Wait, hold on. A frail little hermit?
Yeah, because he was all sickly, and then after his love, what was her name again?
Agnes Scott.
After Agnes left, and he got all super strength, I guess. Because that's pretty remarkable that he did all this without any machinery. And what really got me was that it says they're all locked together without any grout.
Yeah, they're all. And the physical description, this guy's about 5 feet tall. He probably weighs they think about 100, 105 pounds. Very, very slight man. Very slight man. And we're going to hear more. Let's hear more.
They said they said he's the eighth wonder?
No, not him. The castle is.
Oh, I was going to say, because I'm pretty sure.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah. And then versus, Andre the Giant being the eighth wonder, let's look at the stature of these two, specimens. I'm not sure that he would be considered one.
I just was going to say, I don't think Jeff would appreciate that very much.
Oh, no. He would have a lot to say about it.
I don't think Andre the Giant would either, and he would have been alive at the time. But no, actually, this was way before. This is like post World War I we're talking about. He was built this a long time ago. But now let's get into the history of this castle and how all of this started. How do you become this man who is going to build a castle? Let's hear.
The mystery of Coral Castle began in rural South Florida just after World War I. Settlers and land speculators began to move down from the East Coast, displacing the indigenous Seminole Indians.
Ouch.
The newcomers found a humid, sprawling tropical land, full of mosquitoes and opportunities. The great Florida land boom was on. In 1919, as recreated here, a real estate man named Moser was scouting land along back roads near the Everglades. He spotted a stranger. At first, he thought it was a boy and was surprised to encounter a very small grown man. The stranger couldn't weigh more than 90 pounds. Moser, always friendly, offered a ride. The little man introduced himself, Edward Leedskalnin. Recently immigrated from Latvia, he said with a smile. Was searching this part of Florida for a specific plot of land. Moser realized the little man had advanced tuberculosis.
Holy
yeah.
Shit. He had not just tuberculosis, but advanced tuberculosis, and he did all this shit? Are you kidding?
Well, he's in bad shape right now, and this is 1919. I like how they do a great job of setting the scene. They do a really great recreation. They've got an old Model T. That's the car you heard. They're picking him up, but this is kind of like,
tell by the engine sound. I could tell.
Yeah, this is the Florida land grab. I like how they just completely wash over after displacing those Seminoles and get them out of here.
Yeah, good.
This was
good
the
land.
late 70s. There was no sensitivity anywhere. You can just glaze over that part.
They're probably teaching that, once they reached an agreement and the Seminoles agreed to leave.
At least they mentioned it,
True.
Considering nowadays things get glossed over pretty badly.
Yeah,
certain things.
True.
Yeah. But hey, this has nothing to do with Ed Leedskalnin. All right, that guy's from Latvia. He's got nothing to do with any of this. And I want to say his name. If I said his name, Ed Leedskalnin, sounds like 3 names, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was hearing Leeds.
His last name is Leedskalnin. 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 Very, very.
He made that up.
It's
I don't
a cool
know.
name.
It sounds so romantic to me.
It seems like